As you can tell from my accent, I'm from Bangalore. This is what we sound like now, you guys. This is exactly what happens when you want cheap customer service. The accents just come with you. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. Yes, I'm from Bangalore. Okay, no, I grew up here, but I live in India, in Bangalore, and I've flown all the way here, for Pokemon. So, so a lot of people here have been talking about dating. Dating is tough. I don't do the dating stuff because when I had got to India is when Tinder also came to India. All right, not by coincidence. I didn't bring it, right? But it was weird, though, because different country, different rules. For example, for those of you who've been overseas, you know this. In India, if you swipe yes and she swipes yes, it means you're engaged. Which was shocking for me. I had no idea, right? I showed up to the date, and I was like, why is your father here? I was like, I don't understand.
I remember telling my dad at a very early age, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be a comedian. He said to me, Priyanka, it's pronounced physician. And I said, but you know what, Dad? They say laughter is supposed to be the best medicine. He said, only people who don't have health insurance say those kind of things. And when I went to med school, my dad's like, Priyanka, you should become a brain surgeon. I was like, why, Dad? He's like, because then everybody's gonna think you're smart. And you know what? Thanks to Ben Carson, we don't have to think like that anymore.
Guys, I'm really irritated with the way people are ordering at restaurants. I have to bring this up. People are harassing the waiter and waitress for substitutions all the time. This is how people order at restaurants. Excuse me, hi. Could I get the arugula salad with asparagus? But instead of arugula, could I get a burrito? The only woman I spend a lot of time with these days is the GPS lady. It's okay, I like her. She's really confident. Turn left. Okay. You sound like you know where you're going. I love that. Confidence in a woman is a very attractive quality. Think about this, though. There are guys out there who are too insecure with their masculinity to take directions from a strong, confident woman. This is Silicon Valley. How about this for an idea? Why don't we create a GPS for insecure men? Hey, big hunk. I think you take a left. But what do I know? Just make your client feel good about themselves. Like if he makes a wrong turn while he's driving, let's explore. You're so spontaneous.
Daddy, can you pay me more? He's like, why do you want more? All this is yours. All this is yours. Why do you want more? If I give you more, it's like you're stealing from yourself.
I was like, I was born in Iran. Oh my God, you poor thing. How did you escape?
I've been trying to get into shape as well. Like I was in India and I gained so much weight. Do you ever get so fat that your wrinkles disappear? I was like, I'm making my own Botox. I feel like a fat kid all over again.
This is also a very special night for me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th anniversary of my comedy career. Can you imagine? Thank you. Thank you. It's also the 10th anniversary of my father asking me not to do comedy. So it's neither of us gave up on our dreams, you know? Honestly, I was never meant to be a comedian. My father's a businessman. His father before him was a businessman. His father before him was a businessman. I grew up hearing one thing, Saad, you're gonna be a businessman. It's in your blood. He would say it with such confidence, like he actually took a blood sample and sent it to a lab. And the lab technician looked at it, he's like, oh my God, it's half DNA, half MBA. This boy's a businessman. My father was in the textile business, and I actually tried to work with him for many years. I really tried to be a good Desi son. But he was my dad, and he was my boss. He was in charge of me in the daytime and the nighttime. In the daytime, I would be at work. This was many years ago now. He'd come to me. He's like, Saad, have you faxed this yet? Did you fax it yet? Have you faxed this yet? Did you fax it? Have you faxed this yet? Did you fax it yet? Have you faxed this yet? Did you fax it yet? Have you faxed it yet? Did you fax it yet? Did you fax it yet? At night, I would go home. I would walk in the door. He said, Saad, have you eaten yet? Did you eat yet? Have you eaten yet? Here's your food. Did you eat yet? Have you eaten yet? This is eaten yet? That was my life. In the daytime, did you fax it? Did you fax it? Did you fax it? And did you eat? Did you eat? Did you eat? Did you fax it? 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 Did you eat? One day I forgot to fax something. And I was petrified of my father. So I said, okay, fine, I'm just going to confess. So I went to his office. I'm like, Daddy, I'm sorry, I forgot to fax this. He looked at me, he's like, you see, it's because you never eat properly. Your brain is not working. Guess how much he used to pay me? Guess how much he used to pay me? I'm not going to let you guess because you'll never guess. It's too little. He used to pay me 8,000 rupees a month. 8 Pakistani rupees. 8,000 Pakistani rupees a month. Can you imagine? And then, so I used to go to him, and he was the boss. I used to go to him. I was like, Daddy, can you pay me more? He's like, why do you want more? All this is yours. All this is yours. Why do you want more? If I give you more, it's like you're stealing from yourself.
You guys, I get asked this question a lot. Where are you from? I'm like, I'm from LA. No. Like, where are you from originally? You know what I mean? Like, you look different. What are you? What are you? I was like, I was born in Iran. Oh my God, you poor thing. How did you escape? They always want to hear like some crazy story, right? And I'm like, it was very hard. There was just so much hookah everywhere. Techno music was playing, you know? And then this door opens and this handsome man walks in with a sexy beard. And he's like, hey, what's up? I'm Ben Affleck. I'm gonna get you out of here. That's how I escaped to America. Land of Trump. You guys, I'm not political or anything. I don't care who you vote for, but I will tell you guys this. I was born in Iran, and when I immigrated to America, which is a sentence we may not hear in the future, when I immigrated, they actually messed up on my birth certificate. I was born in December, they wrote September. They gave me a completely different birthday. For the longest time, I just have the September birthday, right? And I finally asked my mom, I was like, Mom, how? How did this happen? And my mom's like, yeah. I didn't know English. I did wrong translation, my bad. But you went to school 6 months early. You went to school. I was like, that's a horrible thing. Horrible. And then afterwards, she lost my birth certificate because she drinks. And she lost the most important document an immigrant needs. She lost that, right? But she kept like all the empty wine bottles. you know, because she wanted to turn it into fun lights. Because apparently, you guys, it's not a problem if it's decoration, so. I'm at that age, all my girlfriends are like engaged right now and getting married, and I'm not there yet. And I'm like, yay, I'm so happy for you guys. And they're trying to make me feel better. They're like, it's okay, Melissa, because you're probably gonna be the first one who gets knocked up. I was like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Like, are you telling me I'm fertile? Because I'll take it. I'll take it. No, but I'm not ready to have kids because I have a legit fear that my kid is gonna be smarter than me. Like, have you seen kids today? They're creepy smart. Dude, I fear my future kid is gonna come up to me and be like, look, Mom, look, I created an app within an app that just breaks down cell body walls and turns it into microfiber tampons. Look. Like, what am I gonna show that kid? Like, oh, son, come here, come here. Look at this Snapchat filter of me as a dog.
Recently single, thank you. But my ex-girlfriend, she still keeps in touch with me by dating my friends. I've been trying to get into shape as well. Like, I was in India and I gained so much weight. Do you ever get so fat that your wrinkles disappear? Anyone been on a bad date? Clap if you've been on a bad date, guys. Okay. Okay, some of you aren't clapping because you might be on one right now, so. It's a catch-22 situation. This girl Googled me the other day. She was like, oh, you're a comedian. Ha ha, let's get drinks. Right? And I Googled her and 4 mugshots showed up. And I was like, ha ha, let's get drinks. Because I wanted to see what was going to happen, right? It was easily the worst date I've been on because this girl was on her phone the whole time just swiping right on Tinder. And I was like, this is such a waste of time, right? So I called a cab, dropped her home, and she got so drunk that she started making out with the driver of the Uber cab. And I was sitting in the back writing this joke. And the next day she added me on LinkedIn. I was like, what the hell? It's very confusing, man. What do you do in these cases? Like, so I figured out a strategy now. My strategy to read people well is to ask them math questions. Because you can read someone's personality really well with this one question. I was like, if I have 10 million in the bank at 10% interest, how much will I make in 10 years? And if she's like, is the interest compounded? I'd be like, you're a freaking gold digger. Right there, I know what you're thinking. And the ones not laughing at that joke are calculating that joke, okay?
And the other question I get a lot, about your parents Jewish? No. My father is a Christian and my mother is a Muslim, and they hated each other so much they raised me Jewish.
My parents are from Kerala. I'm South Indian. Do a lot of things different than the North guys. You guys know this. We make up names for the kids. We give the pets regular names. You go to my uncle's house. These are my kids, Shibu and Libu, and our dog, Jessica. Like that. That's good.
I should also mention I was born in Bombay, or Mumbai, if you are politically. Mumbai, if you are politically annoying. And I was raised Jewish. No cheers for that. All right, that's good. That's usually how it went back home in India. Every time I told people I'm a Jew, they would always look at me like, Jew? Dude, we know just 2 Jews, the good Jew and the Panju. Which one are you? But here in America, I get different kinds of questions. When people find out I'm Indian and Jewish, they're like, really? Are you really Jewish? What are they expecting me to say? Oh no, you got me. You are so good at recognizing people just by looking at them. You must be Columbus. And the other question I get a lot, about your parents Jewish? No. My father is a Christian and my mother is a Muslim, and they hated each other so much they raised me Jewish. And see, this is why I like Californians. You guys get the joke, you laugh. I told that joke recently at a show in Texas. And at the end of the show, this girl walks up to me and she's like, oh, it must have been so hard.
I think white people should win the spelling bee in America every single year, right? They should be able to win a competition featuring a language they invented. There's no white kids winning the spelling bee in India. Spell Kaidimangalam. Could I have the definition, please? Kaidimangalam, an Indian word meaning you have no chance in hell, white boy. Yeah. Thanks. Look, we all know this. If English is not your first language, very difficult language to learn. It changes every single day. Up until about 8 years ago, my dad actually thought that the words passed out and passed away meant the exact same thing. Nobody ever told me this. Paul, your mother passed away. But then we gave her some water and she woke up. I'm like, are you Jesus? What? Look, the word visa, totally different meaning to us. Credit card to white people. Us, legal document. You want to come over here. You know, what? We have a visitor's visa, takes years to get. You want to work here, H1, takes just as long. And that's why I was so pissed when they renamed swine flu H1N1. My dad didn't know what I was talking about. My dad, did you hear someone got H1N1 and died? Yeah, it takes a long time to get the visa. I hope my cousins back in Kerala know what H1N1 is, you know. I don't want to get me excited for the wrong reasons, you know what I mean? You hear the good news, I'm coming to America. It says right here, I got H1N1, yeah. That means I can bring a friend. My parents are from Kerala, I'm South Indian, do a lot of things different than the North guys. You guys know this. We make up names for the kids, we give the pets regular names. You go to my uncle's house, these are my kids, Shibu and Libu, and our dog, Jessica. Like that. Jessica. I'm trying to tell my uncle, you can't say that. Your coworkers don't know who you're talking about the next day. Yeah, Jessica just had 8 babies. We kept one, we gave away the other 7. Kerala's interesting to me. It's the only time my dad ever carries a briefcase. My dad's never had a business job in his life. He goes to India, always has a briefcase. We were growing up, he'd always sit me down away from the desk, and he'd be like, okay, listen, if something happens to me, this is where I keep all the passports, all the tickets. Here's the security code, 000. Okay. They try to tell my grandmother what I do for a living. There's no such thing as a comedian. They don't call it comedians in India. So my mom's like, he's the entertainer. Grandma's so excited. Oh my God, can you do magic? Can he do magic trick for me, please? My grandpa, yeah, make her disappear. We have to take the bucket bath, man. That's where we came from. Where I'm from in Kerala, you know, we don't have hot water. I have to boil hot water. And so when I take a bath, they had the bucket of hot water, bucket of cold water, get the little mug. My grandma's house, toilet, hole in the floor. That's what it was. You just kind of hover like this, right? 5 years old to go in there for the first time. My grandma yells through the door, don't get too low, snake, come up there. I'm like, okay. Okay. I don't know if it happens over where you guys visit. In Kerala, like at 6 to 8 p.m., they just turn the lights off. Cut the current just for no reason, okay? When they flip it back on, lizards all over the wall, like just lizards like this. All up and down the wall. It's almost like, you don't see, it's almost like they were hiding underneath. They heard the light click off. They're trying to run up to the ceiling, but they always get caught halfway like, shit. Oh. That's the 3rd time this week. You can't see me. I'm orange on a white wall. You can't see me. So when I was 5, no, actually, when I was 17, when we were there, that happened. I grabbed my chappal. I started knocking him off the wall. Grandma's, no, that is good luck. That means money is coming. I'm like, we don't even have running hot water. Ain't no money coming. A lizard doesn't symbolize money, Grandma. Then she comes and visits us, sees a Geico commercial, like, see, I told you. That's that lizard is on TV, you're not. You know.